Well, you're also welcome. Let's come seated. And just take a moment. Close your eyes. Maybe you're like me and you can hear the birds saying goodnight. Oh, I better let them in. I can hear them. It's just that lovely time of dusk. And especially now, April, May, when the birds' song is so much. And you can hear them singing. And so let's close our eyes and drop in. And each week over this 4-week block, we're going to build on the previous week. So last week we were working with our diaphragmatic breathing, and some of you are working with that breath in the 11 minutes group also. And so as you sit here, notice your sit bones on the floor, on the cushion or seat, and always in any of the seated poses, you can always use a chair. There's no problem. And so as you sit here, spine tall, and begin to listen to your breath. And think of your breath and your mind like two best friends holding hands as they walk together. As you tune into your breath, then your mind becomes internalized. And it starts to steady. And it's not an accident. And it's so great to notice it and to imprint into your mind, into your physiology, into your neurology, that experience, your lived experience of how your mind settles when you breathe deeply. So then it'll become a much more reflexive thing to do if ever you are feeling agitated or your mind starts racing, that you'll be reminded by your own experience to deepen your breath. So feel the diaphragm descend as you inhale, the belly expands. And then as you exhale, the diaphragm rises, the belly draws in. And there's two diaphragms, right? There's the thoracic one here, just below the ribs, and there's also your pelvic diaphragm. So notice the pelvic and that thoracic diaphragm, they flatten, they sink down as you inhale. Full breath, getting right into the lowest part of your lungs. And then as you exhale, they both dome up with that little lift of the pelvic floor. And again, both diaphragms flattening and descending as you inhale. And then as you exhale, both of them rising. So let's move the arms in sync with the breath. So we're doing this standing last week. So start with your hands at your heart. So this is like your diaphragms, they're pointing up. And then as you inhale, the hands flatten, going facing the floor, they go down. So the diaphragm's going down. And then you fill up from the bottom, the mid, and then the upper lungs. And then as you exhale, palms facing out, and you exhale from the top, the middle, and the bottom lungs. And then the hands come back up like two diaphragms. Let's go like that. Now find your own rhythm. Inhale, going down, filling up 3 parts of your lungs. And as you exhale from the top of the lungs, the middle of the lungs, the bottom of the lungs, and then that little lift of the pelvic diaphragm and the thoracic diaphragm. Inhale. And exhale. And try to be like a witness of your breath. And very much your own rhythm. I've certainly noticed over this last while that my breath has gotten slower and deeper the more I practice. And so you will notice the same, but you must keep it that you're not straining. And so your breath may be quicker or slower than mine. We're all different. Some of us have trouble filling up, and some of us find it harder to exhale all the breath out. So 2 more. Breath going down, filling up. And as you exhale, breath emptying from the upper, mid, and the lower lungs. Little lift of the pelvic floor. Inhale, going down. Exhale, breath goes back up. So now leave your hands down, either in Gyan Mudra or just resting, maybe right palm on left, thumbs touching. And now I want you, as you breathe in, to sense, imagine, visualize, perceive the breath going from the crown of the head down to the base of the spine as you inhale. And as you exhale, the breath going from the base of the spine to the crown of the head. Helped by that little lift of the pelvic floor, the lower abdominals drawing in. Let's do a few more just like that. And you can feel the breath touching the back of your throat. There's a tiny sound to it, so it's not forced. And here we're aiming for an even breath. So even inhale and exhale. Follow your breath with your awareness down to the base on the inhale. And then as you exhale and lifting up. So this particular practice of the breath moving up and down the spine can be done in either direction. But here, when we breathe down the spine, it has a very grounding effect. And when we exhale up the spine, then we're working with that natural lift and accentuating that little lift of the pelvic floor. Let's do 2 more and find a nice rhythm, steady, even breath. And exhale. Last one, inhaling. And exhaling. Very nice. Let's come around to all fours. Hands beneath your shoulders, knees beneath your hips, and inhaling arch. And exhaling round. Tuck the tailbone and have that little squeeze of the pelvic floor, the lift of the abdominals at the end of the exhale. And again, as you inhale, the breath going down the spine. And as you exhale, round the spine, the breath goes up towards the crown of the head, lift the pelvic floor, scoop the abdominals. And keep going, find your own pace. So have the feeling of the breath is leading the movement. So we're moving on our breath practice. Let's do 2 more. That's it. And last one. And exhale. Tuck your toes under and push into a down dog. And this is the first down dog. So if you like to have your knees a little bit bent, please do so. Relax your neck. And let's breathe here. And again, see, can you follow your breath? So inhaling from the crown down to the base of the spine. And as you exhale, go from the base of the spine to the crown. And keep going like that. We're aiming for an even, smooth breath. So not really a big pause at the top and the bottom of the breath. And your awareness moving up and down the spine as you breathe. Inhaling down the spine. Full diaphragmatic breathing and exhaling up the spine and that little lift of the pelvic floor at the end of the exhale. If it feels too much to stay in down dog, pop the knees down. No problem. We just take a few more breaths here. And last one. Really feel the lungs fill up on that exhale. Empty on the exhale. Fill up on the inhale, empty on the exhale. So now just look between the hands, bend the knees, and walk your feet all the way to the top of your mat. Hands to your shins, inhale, lengthen, fill up. And as you exhale, fold in. And again, the awareness to the crown of the head as you exhale. And now inhale, arms out to the side. Let's come all the way up, reach up. And exhale, again, the arms mirror the movement in the lungs. Hands come all the way down. And then hands come to your heart. So let's move on the breath. We'll do some sun salutations. So inhale, reach up and look up, fill up. And as you exhale, fold forwards. Think of the breath going from the tailbone all the way to the crown of the head. Hands to the shins or the floor. Inhale, halfway lengthen. And then hands down and step back to plank as you exhale. Take your time. So knees can be down or lifted. Take a full inhale. And let's pop the knees for the first one, everybody. Exhaling, elbows in, chest and chin to the floor. Inhale into Cobra. And exhale into Down Dog. Let's take 3 breaths here. Full inhale, breath going to the base of the spine. And a long exhale, breath traveling to the crown of the head. Again, those full diaphragmatic breathing. So as you inhale, get all the way to the bottom of the lungs, then mid lungs, then upper lungs. And as you exhale, emptying from the top, the middle, and the bottom, the awareness going to the crown of the head, that little lift of the pelvic floor. And now bend your knees and walk, step or hop to the top of your mat. Inhale halfway, hands on your shins or the floor. And then as you exhale, fold in. Inhale, press into the feet, come all the way up. And exhale, hands to your heart. Let's do more. Inhale, reach up. Exhale, folding forwards. Inhale, halfway. Exhale, step back to plank. Keep following your breath with your awareness. Inhale, fill up. Breath to the base of the spine. And as you exhale, knees down or no knees, shoulders forward. Exhale all the way to the floor. Inhale into cobra. And exhale back into down dog. Full inhale. And exhale. Two more just like that. Breath traveling in the spine. Pelvic floor lifts a little bit at the end of the exhale. Getting right down into the lowest part of the lungs. The end of this exhale, bend your knees and walk, step or hop to the top of your mat. Inhale halfway. Exhaling, fold in. Inhale all the way up. Good job. Exhale, hands come to your heart. Awareness up to the crown of your head. Let's go one more time. Really pay attention. Inhale, reach up. Exhaling, fold. Inhale halfway. Exhaling, step back to plank. Take a full inhale here. And exhale, slowly lower to the ground. Inhaling cobra. Exhaling down dog. A full inhale here. A long exhale. Full inhale. A long exhale. Follow your awareness to the crown of your head. Lift the pelvic floor. And at the end of the exhale, bend your knees and walk, step or hop top of your mat. Inhaling halfway. And as you exhale, fold in. Inhale all the way up, reach up. And exhale, hands to heart. We'll add on. Inhale, reach up, look up. Exhale, fold. So a breath practice where we move. Inhale halfway. Exhale, step back to plank. Take a full inhale. And exhale, lower to the ground. Inhaling cobra. Exhaling, down dog. Take a full inhale here. And as you exhale, ground your left foot. So press the heel into the floor, the foot's at an angle, and step your right foot forward between your hands. And you can drop your left knee first, then bring the right foot forward, and then ground. So we're going to come up into warrior one. So right knee bends, opening out over the second or third toe, and left hip comes forward. So reach your left arm, drawing the left side, right arm comes up. Hook your thumbs, exhale, sink in. So deep breathing here, inhaling and exhaling. Draw the outer right hip back, the front left hip forward, and firm the back of that left knee. Let's take 2 more breaths here. So it's always interesting when the poses get a bit more challenging. We really notice it in the breath. And so I encourage you to adapt the poses so you can maintain a steady breath. And last time, exhale. And now let's interlace the hands behind your back. Knuckles towards the floor. Inhale, lift up. And as you exhale, we're going to come down inside that front knee. So humble warrior. Outer right hip draws in and left front leg forward. Firm the back leg and breathe here. Shoulders away from the ears. And follow that breath down to your base as you inhale. And then drawing it up to the crown as you exhale. Lift the arms a little higher perhaps. Even breath. And then very carefully release the hands, come all the way up. Reach the arms up as you inhale. And then exhale, arms out to the side, hands down, either side of the front foot, and step back to plank. Take a full inhale here. Exhale, lower slowly to the ground, knees down or no knees. Inhaling cobra. And exhaling back into down dog. Full inhale. And then as you exhale, the right heel presses into the mat, an angle. The left foot comes forward. Remember, you can bring the right knee down first either. Left foot forward. Heel to heel alignment. And inhale, reach up, hook your thumbs. And as you exhale, sink in. So here, think of your right hip drawing forward, your outer left hip drawing back. Sink into the front knee, firm the back leg. And exhaling, attention draws up through the spine, little lift of the pelvic floor. And you can see how the drishti, your eye gaze, your focus is really on the breath. So you're kind of not looking at anything. Your eyes are open because that helps with balance. But your awareness, your internal gaze is on the movement, on the breath, listening to the sound, feeling the alignment in the body. And now interlace the fingers behind your back. Inhale, knuckles down, lift the chest. And then exhale, fold on the inside of that left foot, left knee. And breathe here. Keep drawing the outer left hip in, front of left hip forward. Shoulders away from the ears, and then the arms can reach a little higher. Follow your breath. Down on the inhale, up on the exhale. One more breath here. And then carefully coming all the way up. Release the arms. Inhale, reach up. And exhale, hands down. Step back to plank. So remember, knees can be down for plank. Take a full inhale. And then exhale, slowly lower to the ground. Elbows stay in. Inhale, cobra. And exhale into down dog. Full inhale. And long exhale. And now step your right foot forward between your hands. And walk your hands to the long end of your mat. Hands to your waist. From your legs. Inhale, coming all the way up. And exhale here. So we're going to bring the right arm straight up and bend the elbow and place the hand in the upper part of the back. So two options here. One option is left hand holds the elbow as you fold forward. Three options actually. Second option is left hand bends, comes up, and one hand holds the top of your t-shirt or top, and the other hand holds the bottom. Or you may have a bind, you may be able to bring the two hands to touch. So whichever option suits you. Hold on to the elbow, or reach the bottom arm up and hold on to your t-shirt, or bind the hands. Inhale, lift your chest. And then exhale, folding forwards. And breathe here. So keep following the breath up and down the spine. The lift of the pelvic floor at the end of the exhale. And feel the lungs really fill as you breathe. And really empty also. One more breath here. Firm your thighs or a little bend in your knees. Inhale, come all the way up. Exhale, release your hands. Just stand for a moment. Close your eyes. Very nice. Let's go to the other side. So left arm comes up, bend the elbow. And here we are to hold on to the elbow. Or the right arm comes up and under, hold on to your t-shirt. Or you may be binding with your hands. Inhale, lift your heart. And exhale, folding forwards. Breathe here. Breath goes down as you inhale. And goes up to the crown as you exhale. Let's do 2 more breaths here. Last one. And now very carefully, either bend the knees or firm the thighs. Inhale, coming all the way up. And exhale, release the hands down and close your eyes. Take a moment. Really nice. So now let's turn the right toes forward and maybe shorten your stride so it's not too wide of a stride. And here you want to draw the left hip forward, right hip back. So you're making your hips a bit more parallel with the front of the mat. And again, with loads of options. So I'll show you for your hands. So you can bring your 2 knuckles together. You can hold on to your elbows, or you can reverse namaste your hands and bring them up your back. Okay, so any of the 3 options. Right leg is forward, left foot is back. Inhale, lift your chest. And then as you exhale, lengthen forward, folding over your right foot, right leg. And here, carefully draw the outer right hip in and breathe. Inhaling awareness down your spine. And exhaling awareness from the root all the way to the crown. Push into the big toe mound of that right foot. Firm the back of the left knee. Draw the outer right hip in. Front to left hip forwards. And there's the hint of a back bend. So we're not rounding forward. We're drawing the collarbones are wide, drawing the shoulders back as we reach forward. So it's a lengthening. Let's do 1 more breath here. And now very carefully push into that right foot. Inhale, come all the way up. Keep your hands as they are, and let's just turn our feet so we're facing towards the left foot now. Inhale, lift the chest. And then as you exhale, folding forward. So press into that big toe mound. Right hip draws forward, outer left hip back. And again, that hint of a back bend. And come into your breath. Let's just do 2 more breaths here. As you exhale, maybe folding a smidgen deeper. Last one. Inhale, coming all the way up. And exhale, parallel the feet, release your arms down. And take a moment to close your eyes. Really nice. So let's come back to the top of our mat. Inhale, reach up, look up. And as you exhale, fold forwards. Awareness to the crown of your head. Inhale halfway. Awareness to the base of your spine. Exhaling, hands down and step back to plank. Full inhale. Exhale, lower all the way to the ground. Inhaling cobra. And exhale into down dog. Deep inhale. And a long exhale. Bend your knees. Let's come to a seated pose. So both of your legs forward. And sometimes it's nice to pull the outer hips, outer thighs out. Really nice. Take an inhale here. And as you exhale, reach towards your toes. And try not to round. So you keep the chest drawing forwards and your hands may come to your shins, the ankles, or the toes, whatever works. Sides of your feet. If you have a jumper or a towel, you could put it around your feet if you like, or you could just bring your hands to your shins. So it doesn't really matter where your feet come, where your hands come to. Focus on the breath. So inhale down to the base. And as you exhale, attention towards your crown. And stay focused on your breath as you hold this pose. So here we are in a pose. There's a lot of strong sensation. And can we keep our steady breath? So we're not moving, so it doesn't challenge the breath in terms of respiration and trying to catch our breath. But rather, can we keep our body relaxed as we breathe here? Steady breaths. And last breath here. Really nice. And coming up. And just sit for a moment. So here I'd like you to find a comfortable seat. So maybe pop a cushion underneath you if you wish. I'm going to come into a really beautiful breathing practice and come into Shavasana then. My timer. So the breathing practice we're doing tonight is called Basic Breath Sequence. And I recorded it earlier today because it's the next breathing practice for those who are doing the 11 minutes of breath. And so it's a lovely one as you're so established with diaphragmatic breathing. It's a lovely breathing practice to go to. And so we're going to start with our right thumb blocking our right nostril. And we're going to breathe in and out to the left nostril. And these are long, deep breaths, just like you've been doing for the last 45 minutes. Your left hand can be in Gyan Mudra, resting down or up, or whatever way is comfortable for you. So when we breathe to the left nostril, this particular practice is for balancing the nadis, the left and right hemispheres, the left and right energy pathways in the brain, in the body. We've already been moving our attention up and down the Sushumna, the spine. And so in yoga, we talk about the Ida and the Pingala, the left and right energy channels, and they go like a snake, making an S shape from the base of the spine to the crown of the head. And wherever they cross is an energy center. So it's one of the chakras. And they meet in the third eye. And when we breathe through one nostril, we're more activating for one side. And we breathe through the other, we activate the other side. So left side breathing is more stimulating, activating for the right brain, which is a spatial, creative. It's very cooling and calming. Stay very present as you breathe. Filling up on the inhale and emptying fully on the exhale. And so take a deep inhale through your left nostril. Release your right hand down. And then exhale when you're ready. Just take a moment here. And now let's block the left nostril and breathe in and out to the right. Again, long, deep breaths. Right nostril, your sun channel, the Pingala, activating, stimulating for the left side of the brain, which is your more logical focus. So when we breathe through the right nostril, it helps with our focus, with our energy. Because being calm and relaxed doesn't mean being dopey, right? So to be alert, awake, attentive, and calm and focused. Throughout the day, every 90 to 120 minutes, the brain shifts dominance from the right to the left, left to right throughout the day. It's one of the millions of incredible things our body does all the time to create balance. There's too much salt in our bodies. It draws in the water into the cells to make sure the cells don't dry out. Constantly creating balance. Too much of one thing creates balance in another way. That feeling of the constant flux, there's constantly transition and change as we veer towards balance. So once we do something too much on one side, the body, the mind tries to create balance by bringing us back towards the middle. Very nice. Take a deep inhale to the right nostril. And pause. And then when you're ready, exhale. Take a moment. Okay, let's inhale left and exhale right. So inhaling through the cooling, calming channel. Inhaling left. Use your right thumb to block your right nostril. And then use your ring finger to exhale right. Exhaling out any excess heat or agitation in our body. So really calming and soothing. And let's continue just like that, inhaling left and exhaling right. If at any stage, I meant to say this earlier, if one of your nostrils is blocked, then you just breathe through both nostrils. There's no problem. And try not to release the breath too strongly. Let it be a smooth, steady inhale and exhale. Remember, our breath and our mind are like two best friends. And then release your hand, inhale deeply. Pause. And exhale. Just sit very still for a moment. And now we're going to breathe in to the right, out to the left. So inhaling through the right nostril, bringing positivity and focus. And as we exhale to the left, that calming, cooling, soothing. Now take a deep inhale and pause, hold the breath. Lift the pelvic floor. Chin in, eye gaze towards the center of the forehead. Have that sense of squeezing energy, the cerebrospinal fluid from the base all the way up to the crown, to the head, to the pineal gland. Hold for as long as is comfortable for you. When you're ready to, just release your breath. Attention in towards the center of your brain. Now sit really still and notice your energy, the quality of your mind that this breath sequence has allowed to unfold. The feeling of presence and stillness. And from here, let's just come lie down and just allow our bodies to integrate the effects. If you have a blanket, pop the blanket over you. So completely relax. And here you're just allowing your body, your cells to integrate the effects, to absorb, to marinate. Trusting the incredible intelligence of your being, that as you rest here, your body will do what it needs to do. Your attention either focused on your breath or floating in towards the center of your forehead, or maybe scanning through your body, trying to release and relax anywhere that you can sense holding. Keep letting go, relaxing, releasing. if you have the time, I really encourage you to stay here, resting. If you need to finish up, bend your knees, draw them into your chest. Roll onto your right side. And slowly come up. And just tune in and notice how you feel. I'm going to very quietly close the Zoom room. Thank you all so much.